The next one of our Advent words that we're going to be looking at is joy. I mean, joy just in itself, I think just saying it is cheers you up. It's such a lovely word with lovely connotations. Joy is not the same as being happy. It's a much deeper quality that we can have even in the face of unhappy times and difficult times. Got one verse I wanted to read from Isaiah as we look at these words in the Old Testament. The Gentiles shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. And that's from Isaiah 60, really foretelling how there'd be a star and how the wise men would come to visit Jesus. A newborn baby always brings joy in one way or another to all of those who are related in any way to the birth. But joy was something that they not only found with the baby, but I believe the joy that the Bible talks about is something that they could have and take away with them. It was something that changed within them. Indeed, the fruit of the Spirit, according to Galatians, is love and then joy. It's one of the virtues, one of the things that God puts into our lives through the power of his Spirit. One Bible dictionary I have says that joy is a state of delight and well-being that results from knowing and serving God. And you could certainly put the wise men into that category, couldn't you? In that they knew God and they served him as they brought their gifts and they went away with joy. Now, there's a number of Greek and Hebrew words that convey the idea of joy or rejoicing. Joy is found over 150 times in the Bible, and if you include joyous or joyful, the number goes up to over 200, and the verb rejoice appears well over 200 times. So it's a major theme in the Bible to have joy or to rejoice. Joy, I think, comes through having a right relationship with God. It's not something we can create by our own efforts. Indeed, I think the Bible distinguishes joy from pleasure or happiness. It's not to do with being self-indulgent pleasure, because that is not what God is about. So joy is there for the wise men when they come to worship Jesus. The joy of God comes into human history with Jesus Christ. There's this note of joy runs through the entire account of the coming of Jesus. So the angels announce good tidings of great joy, and you could go on through all the people. Joy is something that they all experience. The book of Acts tells us how joy continues to characterize those who follow Jesus. Acts 8 says that after Philip preached in Samaria, the people believed and that there was great joy in the city. So surely we ought to be seeing part of the work of the church today should be to bring joy into the lives of other people. One commentary said that joy in the Christian life is in direct proportion as believers walk with the Lord. They can rejoice because they are in the Lord. Joy enables us to enjoy all that God has given us, whether that's in family, in food, or even in just parties and celebrations or in fellowship. There are various references in the Bible that talks about how joy is in all of those things because God is in all of those things when we walk with Christ. The Bible says that we share with other believers the joys and the sorrows of life. We're told to rejoice with those who rejoice and to weep with those who weep. So the idea of joy permeates every part of the Christmas story. And it doesn't only permeate the Christmas story, it goes on into the lives of the disciples and it goes on into our lives because it is a gift from God that comes to us when we walk with him.